After 60 years of service and advocacy, of participating in major civil and human rights struggles, and after 60 years of achievement, since we were founded by Mary McLeod Bethune in 1935, the National Council of Negro Women is looking to the 21st century and beyond with a new vision of a way of work that we think will be more adequate to the demands of the day. And we're envisioning it as pulling together so much that we have worked on that deals with the woman and her family and her children, her community, her world, pulling it all together in what we're calling National Centers for African American Women and the Dorothy I. Height Leadership Institute. You see, it's our thought that today we still have many, many problems. But the great thing is that African American women have achieved in every field that women have achieved, and that we have so much of strength now to draw upon. There are so many of us today who are prepared and who can make a great contribution to helping to lift the level of life for our whole community and to address ourselves to those problems that Mary McLeod Bethune reminded us we should leave no one behind. And so, when you support the National Centers for African American Women, you're really helping us move into the next century, being a source of information, a catalyst for positive change, an effort to really utilize all that we know to help us focus improving life, particularly in fields of education, of health, and of family. This is an opportunity for us to have the kind of program exchange so that we move from what we know works to be more effective in our communities. And we're a community-based national organization of 34 national organizations and 250 community-based sections who really see that our task is to prepare women for work and activity and service and leadership in their community, in their neighborhood, so that we are really addressing the ways in which, through a program center, we can prepare women for leadership at the community level. Through the International Center, we can bring together those who come from all parts of the world. Through our work in business and entrepreneurship, we can help women take a more aggressive role in the economic development and in job opportunities. And of course, we'll be a great communications vehicle so that we may all come to know each other better and then know better what each is doing so that we can be a more effective. Mary McLeod Bethune said when she founded the National Council of Negro Women that she could not rest to see the unharnessed woman power that there was among us. We're harnessing that woman power today, not only through the National Council of Negro Women, but through all the ways we will encourage African American women to work together. To make all this happen, we have the Fund for the Future campaign. It's a $30 million, 3-year campaign in which we hope not only to address the areas I've suggested, but also to seed an endowment that will help us assure the future and to provide for the kind of central operations that can strengthen our outreach all across this country. Through the years, the National Council of Negro Women been working with the problems of teenage pregnancy and teen parenting, of education, trying to improve schools, dealing now with issues such as AIDS, dealing with the problems that are affecting the family at every level, facing up to the fact that we're now a part of a global community, sensing it as never before, and so we're working across the continent of Africa, joining hands with women from all parts of the world, so that when we talk about moving to the future, it's building on what we have been doing. Now, to make all of this happen, we have established and launched the Fund for the Future campaign under the dynamic leadership of Dr. Maya Angelou and Susan Taylor. It's a 3-year, $30 million campaign, which really I have to call upon you and say, I wish I could sit down with you personally and just outline all the things that we plan to do. The centers with their many dimensions, the Leadership Institute, the endowment. But to make this happen, we need not only our members, who I want to thank for giving so generously, to our many corporate friends who've been with us through the years, through so many in the private sector who are always with us. We need all of our friends. We need all who feel that the time has come to honor the cultural contribution that African American women have made and can make for the future. Even while you're watching this tape, there are across the country teams of men and women, members and friends of the National Council of Negro Women, who are seeking to get the pledges and contributions that it will take to help us meet our requirement of purchasing the facility that we feel is ideal to represent that site of national honor for African American women, to be the housing base for our centers and for our Leadership Institute. It's a beautiful building. It's at 633 Pennsylvania Avenue. It was formerly the Sears House. It's midway between the Capitol and the White House. It is a building that has so much of history in it. Abraham Lincoln had his picture photographed there. Matthew Brady had his studios. But also, we see that we women of today will make history, new history from that building. And we will bring into it so much of our past contribution. But what we need is your help now so that we can meet the requirements of our purchase agreement and that we may go on with our campaign and finish the purchase and then, of course, initiate the spirit and in truth the National Centers for African American Women. I think that you would be proud to be a part of it. And I think that every African American woman and every person who believes in what we're seeking to do will want to have their names somewhere in that building, in our Book of Honor or on our Wall of Honor, at whatever level. There will be no gift too large and no gift too small.